is here. Chris Jackson, he was your big off-season addition. I know he makes you very happy to see his skill set out there, John.
Yeah, it's nice. But, Tony has a lot of targets this year, as you can tell, you know, with Jackson Brackens.
Here's
there goes the West Express.
How about this? Martin
no, Martin
How about that? Releasing from that tight end position. The offensive lineman getting loose and all the way down, and now, John, your team is knocking on the door.
Money. Huh?
So Martin Bibla, the 6'3", 310-pounder out of Miami.
And look at the big fella.
Good timing for you to visit the booth here. You bring some luck to your guys here.
Yeah.
Moving the ball. So they're knocking on the door of the Philadelphia Soul here, thanks to the efforts of Bibla. This is ours, and he is stacked up. John, I find it so interesting when you get to know your team very well that there's a certain culture that just permeates the organization. What do you make of the culture of your organization? Very high standards.
They are. Our whole soundbite in the locker room is we want men of character, not characters. You know, they're the role models for our fans, our young fans out there, the football fans that want more football. And we want a championship as bad as anybody else does, and our city really needs one. So
Indeed they do.
We're working very hard to bring them one.
Last major championship in Philadelphia, all the way back to Rolling Massachusetts.
The Stone Age.
Yeah. So here is second down now. Graziani has come out of the game. A unique package here. Beautiful. And indeed it works. The direct snap to Clifton Smith. So that was a very, very creative offensive series there from head coach Brent Muncy as they went with the tight end release to get them into position, and then Clifton Smith comes in and gets the direct snap.
And this speaks to the creativity, I think, of Coach Muncy. He does an outstanding job of finding ways to exploit weaknesses in the other team's defense.
So Philadelphia responds well on their opening drive of the second quarter. A low-scoring arena game, a lot of talent on the field that's neutralizing each other. Connor Hughes, now this time it is up and good. So John Bon Jovi's Soul takes a 13-7 lead. You are very much involved in this organization, the planning of what happens on the field and which direction the Soul are going in. I understand at the end of last year you had a powwow at your house where everybody got together and said, all right, what do we need? And I also heard the food was great, by the way. What do we need to do to advance this organization? What happened there?
Well, we just sat down and we looked, you know, and we were telling the truth to each other. This is the strong suits, these are the weak suits, this is what we need to do, who's going to be available in free agency, and then the coaching staff as well. But we gave Brett the assurance that we had all the confidence in the world in him. And both Craig and I, and of course Ron Jaworski, sat down with him and signed him to a multi-year deal so that he could feel free to make some changes, make some tough decisions, and build security around Tony, give Tony the security knowing he was going to be here running the organization, and backing him up, because, you know, we could have been in an incredible place last year until the shoulder separation, but this off-season acquisition of Arena Bowl winner, Matt D'Orazio, even in the backup position, we were just stocking our cards.
Matt D'Orazio comes in to back up, as does this guy, Chris Jackson, to back up Graziani. Graziani, last year you went 4-0. Then he suffers the shoulder injury. You end up 4-6 after that stretch. So it was a lesson learned, and now this year you have D'Orazio.
That's right.
Jonathan Moore waits a return for Chicago. It's a live ball, and it dribbles its way out of the end zone. So you invest a little, and you're hoping to get the return on that investment. Chris Jackson. I know I watched you in some of the training camp video, and you're sitting on the sidelines the first time you saw him, John, and you said, I call him Money.
His name Money.
Yeah, I call him Money. There goes your money, right?
Years ago, when I walked into our first training camp 5 years ago, I saw Chris Ryan, the fullback, and I said, oh no, your name is Soul Train. Just, you know, you just see something. And I saw Chris running by, and I go, there goes my money. But he's a leader on and off the field. He was the guy that we've always wanted to get, and we were lucky enough that he was available this year, putting Batman and Robin back together.
There they are, the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Graziani, glad to have him on the utility belt with 4 touchdowns last week. Now back to the Chicago offense. And Connor able to get it. Bonner able to get it to Latondras.
And John, now we know you probably had some of the greatest experiences of anyone, you know, on the face of the planet. Where would winning the Arena Bowl championship rank?
Very, very high. You know, I mean, look, #1 albums, I've had a few, and I intend to have many, many more. But I sure would like to get me a piece of jewelry.
Well,
Let's put it this way.
that.
I left my calendar open. The tour has got a big open hole at the end of July.
And your ring finger may have a welcome addition, too, on 2nd and 6. Chicago able to get it out to Harrell. When they opened up the training camp manuals on the first day of camp, this is what they saw. You're ready to make the ring already?
Well, actually, that's Muncie's cheap design. Mine's going to look a little bit better than that.
The John Bon Jovi bling is going to come in handy with this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well,
you dream about that, right?
Invite to the Super Bowl party. We have to be invited.
Yeah, this won't be a problem. There will be plenty of room on the Arena Bowl plane.
Brent Muncie trying to land that right there, the Arena Bowl championship. First down for Seth Bonner again.
Wow,
He is
he's got an
going
hour and
deep.
a half to throw that.
Morgan is open, but he cannot come up with it as the coverage came in late. But Mike Brown fortunate to get there, and he did. And he is slow to get up.
And the amount of ground that Mike Brown covered here, I mean, this was a phenomenal play. He actually wanted us to say hello to everybody in Gaithersburg, Maryland. He wanted to give a shout out to his hometown. Mike Brown, unique story, he actually was in one of your videos.
Yes, he was, as was Graziani and a couple of the other guys. Who Said You Can't Go Home, which was our Habitat for Humanity video. And he's been a great spokesperson for the team. Mike has done a lot of great things for me.
Second down now for Seth Bonner. Being rushed a little bit. And in doing so, he overthrows his target, Morgan. By the way, John, a belated happy birthday.
No, thank you.
Celebrated birthday number 46 last week. It's all about stats when you come up to the booth, John.
You look good, though.
I look good for 50.
You look good.
So a belated happy birthday. I know you celebrated last week at the Wachovia Center. See the birthday cake to one side and your star quarterback to the other.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting? Graz said to us yesterday, he said, you know, I've been out there in the Rose Bowl. I've been out there in the Super Bowl. Being on stage at John Bon Jovi concert, it's right up there with all of that. He got a real kick out of that.
Oh, that's great.
Third down and 10. Bonner going deep again, stretching out for Fondrich.
Wow.
Well, the owner's reaction when he sees the yellow laundry. Brian Mance had coverage.
As interference, defense number 9. 10 yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic push down.
And Eddie Moden, who's actually this is Brian Nance, but Eddie Moden, who's the outstanding cornerback of the Philadelphia Soul, said one of the things they were concerned about was the fact that Cedric likes to run a lot of double moves with his wide receivers, and that was him trying to get the ball to Travis down the field. But I thought it was pretty good defense, actually, myself.
Yeah, I don't think John's going to disagree with that.
No, I didn't say anything. I was just mumbling. But,
So a first down now. Joe Tessitore, Sean King, and John Bon Jovi in the booth here in Chicago.